It's the sit down. Hosted by Captain Shanquella, Captain Yahawada, and Captain Yaraol, and the Sons of Thunder Israelites, where we talk about life struggles, worldly news, Bible scriptures, with a little bit of barbershop talk. Tune in and subscribe. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We're the Sons of Thunder Israelites. This is our new segment called The Sit Down.
That's right.
We talk about worldly news, stuff that's going on, right? Things that's going on in brothers' lives, so forth and so forth. And today, we're going to be talking about our sister that got killed out there in Mexico. Now, her name was Shanquella Robinson. Y'all heard about the story, right?
Another one.
Before I show the before we go to the article and show the video and all that, and honestly I don't even want to show the video because the sister, she's naked in the video, right? But before I even get to all that, what y'all think about this story, man? What y'all think about it?
I think it's tragic. It's tragic. But again, it's just it shows where we're at as a nation. The fact that you got people filming video this sister getting beat up and don't nobody do nothing.
That's right, man. That's right. Go ahead, man.
If I may, one of the very famous and scriptures that we bring out a lot within our lessons, our camps, is Zephaniah 2:1, that we're supposed to gather together. There's a reason why, because look what's going on. Our own people are doing that to each other. Out of everybody in the world, we're the ones that are hurting each other the most. We have no army, we have nothing, but we always find a way to destroy each other. And that video is a perfect example why we need these laws, why we need Christ, because Christ showed us how to love each other better. And from the looks of it, I'm pretty sure they will all say, well, I'm a Jesus believer, I'm a Christian, but look how they treat their beautiful sister.
That's right, man. And it's a tragic thing for something like that to happen. You go somewhere and you trust the people that you hanging around with, man.
That's right.
Let's get the article real quick, just so people that haven't heard about the sister, we can go ahead and read that article. Let me share my screen real quick. Can y'all see that?
Not yet.
Let's see. There we go. You know?
I can see it.
Con. Can somebody read it for me?
I can read the other one.
Con.
Video seemingly shows Shanquella Robinson brutally being by friend in quotation marks just before she mysteriously died on a trip to Mexico for birthday celebration. And
us being in the truth, man, we ain't supposed to be celebrating no birthdays, man, because that's exactly what could possibly happen, right? Go ahead and read that right there.
Another one. The death of 25-year-old Salaki, I'm start from the beginning. The death of a 25-year-old black woman who died in Cabo, Mexico, last month has led family seeking answers, with police insisting there was no foul play, while her family claims she died of a broken neck. Shanquella Robinson's mother, Salamondra Salaki, if I said that wrong, revealed last week that an autopsy found her daughter has suffered a violent death. And now her family claims Shanquella's friends are to blame after a leaked video seemingly showed her being viciously assaulted by a friend.
It's like I said, it's crazy how you go somewhere and you go somewhere with some people that you trust and you end up dead and murdered, killed, right? And then it say that the Mexico police said there was no foul play, but we're gonna read in the article real quick. Read right there where it said autopsy.
on that one. Autopsy shows no signs of alcohol poisoning, as Mexican authorities insist there was no foul play.
Great.
When the autopsy came back, they said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Salamondra Robinson claimed, according to WNCT, they said that she had a broken neck and her spine and the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
That's crazy, man. That's
It's sad.
That's sad, man.
You know, and it's like out of one. You know, and a lot of our people, you know, they really invest in these trips. They really invest their, you know, their hard-working money, all their breath to go and have a good time per se. And it's crazy that she paid all this money for this trip just so she could pay for her own death. It's just crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Salakia, if I could bring out a precept.
Go ahead, man.
To back up, this is Sirach chapter 6 and verse 16. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him.
God. Break that down, man.
So I'll bring that out. You know, a faithful friend is supposed to be like medicine. None of those people that she went out there with was her friend, because none of them was medicine to her, right? And then it says that the ones that fear the Lord will find a faithful friend, right? She wasn't fearing the Lord because we ain't even supposed to be celebrating the birthdays, right?
That's right.
So if we were just taking heed to the commandments, she knew the commandments. I'm pretty sure she don't know that she didn't know she ain't supposed to be celebrating her birthday, but she knew that she was not supposed to celebrate her birthday. I guarantee you that we wouldn't even be talking about her right now.
That's right, man. That's right.
I yield.
You know, so you going out to Mexico, your friends is telling you, hey girl, let's go out here, you know, it's your birthday, and you know, something happened to where y'all just start fighting, right? And like I said, the video show her nakedness, and I don't want to show that because, you know, I want to be respectful, but in the video you got a brother back there recording the whole situation, talking about Quilla, just fight back. Like, you can see in the video that she didn't want to fight, right? You know, back when I was younger, when I was fighting, you know, getting into scuffles, you can tell when somebody don't want to fight.
That's
right? If a brother or sister don't even like put their hands up, you supposed to be like, all right, you know, we ain't gonna fight, you know,
right,
I hit you, it's over, right? The thing is, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? But her friend, so-called friend, just kept hitting her, right? And the dude in the background, Quilla, you're not gonna put your hands up? At least swing back and da-da-da. Like, yo, you should have seen that she wasn't trying to fight, and you should have stepped in as the man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? As the man, you should have stepped in.
That's just lucky, man. It's lucky out of one. You know, and that just shows how weak our men really are. That man should supposed to be a man and break that up and say, what are you guys doing? You guys are sisters. You guys should not be fighting like this. He's supposed to be giving them wisdom.
That's right.
He's over here in the background being a then cheerleader himself, telling this sister that does not want to fight back, hit back. Like, what kind of advice is that? You know, it just shows you how much our people need to fear the Most High. Because when you fear the Most High, you wouldn't even dare to touch your brother. You wouldn't even dare to touch your sister like that. Because because you fear them hurting you, but you fear what the Most High is going to do to you because you're breaking His commandments and His laws.
Yep.
Salakia.
That's right.
Hey, Salakia. I've been in situations where, you know, you're having a good time and things just escalate. You know, it starts out as fun. Then, you know, somebody slapped somebody and it didn't come off it came out the wrong way. And then it just becomes a major fight. So it's kind of like like demons just jump on you and then you get out of control. So I'm thinking that it was kind of like that. That they were just having fun, and then all of a sudden something got in there and caused this situation. Because I don't think they were there to, like, you know, do each other harm. It just It just comes out that way.
Con.
But somebody should have been responsible enough to say, we got to stop. Stop this. This is getting out of hand.
That's right, man. That's right.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Like I said, the brother was there recording the whole thing, trying to put it on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And he should have been in there as the man, but I think he was on the fence himself. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think he was on the fence himself, and he wanted to see the girls fight. But like I said, when somebody, you can tell when somebody wants to fight and when they don't want to fight, and
Right.
when they not swinging back, that's giving you a sign to know that they're submitting to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a sign to be like, all right, well, obviously they don't want to fight if they're not even at least putting their hands up. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just
Everybody should be
Right,
friends.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
And Salakia, just to let me back off of what Maya Kala said, is that when you're in a situation, because I think we've all been there at a point of a time in our life where we were rowdy like that, or we was with the foolishness, and when none of us raised in the truth. So we can all kind of pinpoint a point of our life when our mindsets may have been like that. And really, when you stop and think about it, it only takes a couple of minutes or it only takes one situation to ruin your whole entire life.
Right.
And now I can think back and personally just think about different situations and different environments that I put myself in where it could have all went bad and my life could have took a totally different path than where I'm at today, right? And so the one thing that we keep on hitting on is the girl that was fighting her, she was in the moment. She had her emotions going, whatever the case, right? Getting it on. It was on that brother, instead of to just sit there and videotape it. If these is all friends, like you said, after a minute with the girl getting whooped, if she not fighting back, all right, that's it. She don't want it. Stop it, break it up. But the problem is we don't be thinking about that in the heat of the moment when things is going down. When we was in the club and a fight was getting ready to break out, we didn't take in that moment. The thought didn't go through our head, man, I can end up shooting somebody and end up in jail for the rest of my life. Yep. I can end up in a 6x4, whatever that jail cell size is. We never stopped to think about that. And so in this fight, I'm pretty sure that girl didn't stop to think, man, she might end up dying. She was just thinking, oh man, I'm finna whoop her, I'm finna get on her head, right? But that's where the problem is. There's a lack of leadership in our community. The adults aren't being adults, right? I can see that when I go to my daughter's school. The parents is just as bad as the kids, because we got kids trying to raise kids nowadays. Instead of parents actually being parents, they want to be their kids' best friend. They want to be their kids' buddy, instead of being a parent and raising them as they should be. There's a lack of leadership in our communities. Of course, we know that Most High is not in the communities, right? The music industry is raising our kids, right? That's what we are looking to for our leadership. And Adawan always talks about it, that our leaders are the entertainers. Why are our leaders entertainers? Why are our leaders the basketball players or the football players or the musicians, the music, the people that's in the music world? Those should not be our leaders, but they're the ones that's going and speaking out for the community, and that's ass backwards.
That's right.
That's right, man. Go ahead.
There's another thing that's this is a media society now. In my day, we didn't have video cameras that you just take out your pocket. Everybody's got that mindset that I can be the next best thing. I can get a video on YouTube or get a thing on TikTok.
Trying to go viral.
That's right.
Yeah, you're trying to go viral. And that's the mindset nowadays. In my day, I'm an old man. In my day, we weren't trying to do that. The things that will happen, it's like things are in a fishbowl now.
That's right, mighty
and
man.
we didn't have that fishbowl. We would do things, and then later on, hey, remember when we did this? And it would just be a memory. There would be no, you couldn't take out a camera and say, yeah, you did this. I got it on camera. Now I'm
That's crazy.
It would just be, hey, I remember when we did. I don't quite remember it, you know.
Mhm.
And then you're shaking hands and you're going, that was yesterday.
Right.
But now you can't even get away from yesterday.
Yep.
Just to lean back off of you and Yahweh, I know my mom always told me, my grandfather always told me, it takes a second to get in trouble and a lifetime to get out of it. Right?
Hey, that's right.
Now, all those people that were involved in that, that's their whole life is done now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And also to lean back
they're
off,
in that forever.
right,
Wow.
right. It's done. And now we live in a world where everybody's trying to go viral. Everybody wants to be the next biggest thing because Esau has made it okay. If you get something like so many views, we giving you money.
Yep.
We give you money for that. Our people makes stupid people famous. Our people make stupid people famous.
Right.
For what reason? I don't understand. And with that, I yield.
It's a lot.
Right.
Can I get
Go
a
ahead.
few precepts out of one or anybody?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a book of Proverbs 6, chapter 6, start at verse 16.
Proverbs 6 and 16. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 16. These 6 things does the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination to him.
Kansalaki. So we're gonna get this. A lot of people like saying that God is all love. We're gonna get to some of the things that God hates. And what they did to this sister, God hates that, and we're gonna prove that with the Bible. Come on, go ahead, man.
Verse 17. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
So anybody that's shedding innocent blood, just how they shed the blood of that sister right there, guess what? The Most High hates them.
Mm-hmm.
So the Most High is not. You could get forgiveness because there's forgiveness of that, but the Most High hates that. He hates that action. He hates people that lie. You know, somebody had a lie upon her and say that she probably did this or she probably said something about somebody. That
Right.
man holding the phone, he's a liar. Because how is he telling somebody that does not want to fight,
right.
go ahead and fight? What kind of truth is that? The truth is that she did not want to fight. You're supposed to tell the other female, hey, stop hating her. She does not want to fight. If you don't stop, I'm going to get in the middle of it.
Right.
But no, the Most High hates them because they shed innocent blood. Let's read the next scripture about, and that's the other one.
Verse 18. An heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief.
And that is a lot of people that are not in this truth. Their mind are always ready to do something wicked against their own neighbor. That's why Christ was heavy on loving your neighbor, talking about your own people, because he loved us even though he knew that our forefathers were going to put him on that cross. But he loved us so much because he taught us, no, you got to love your neighbors, you got to learn how to forgive. But no, our people are always ready to be wicked. They have wicked imaginations. The first time we jump in that room, I'm going to take flight on her, and I'm just going to start swinging on her, and I'm going to stomp her out, she falls.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the beginning of the fight. We probably didn't see more of it.
Right.
And what else does the scripture say? Feet that be swift, running to mischief. People that are ready to just hurt their own beloved loved ones. Guess what? The Most High hates that. Not you.
Con. And, you know, it said that her neck and her back was broke.
How do you do that,
Like,
man?
how do you, like, you know, and I read something earlier this week that said her friends, the only way her mom found out was that her friends called in like a frantic, like, oh my God, something happened, right? And yeah. And they said that, oh, she had I think it was alcohol poisoning. Like, we just read that in the article. It said alcohol poisoning, right? But how, like, there's so many things that's missing right here.
Yo, and Salakia, that's faulty as hell. Because how y'all supposed to be her friends and y'all leave her dead in Mexico, and y'all dip, right? Even if it was alcohol poisoning, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say it was alcohol poisoning. I'm still gonna stay there. I'm not just gonna leave and come back home and leave my friend's body.
That's right.
Mexico, and then call her parents and be like, oh, yeah, it was alcohol poisoning. She's dead. What? Yo, that's total guilt.
Right.
To me, that's an admission of guilt right there in itself.
Yep. That's crazy. How you leave your partner in a whole nother country, man?
Whole nother country, man.
In a whole nother country.
Hey, check this out.
Go
ahead, Mighty Man.
This is us.
Right.
We're always doing this. Every time you hear something, you're shaking your head. It's unbelievable.
That's right.
I mean, this is unbelievable. How can a young lady in the prime of her life, how you get your neck broke, and they don't know how that happened? That's I'm shaking.
That's crazy.
That's a 2-story fall.
Right. You know what?
How you get a 2-story fall in a bedroom? That's
man. Yep. Just like that.
Yo.
Just like that.
Shit. And this ain't the only one that I'm doing this all the time now. You know, when I was your guys' age, I was happy, you know, what's the next thing coming? Now I'm like, and this is not recent. I can go back 10 or 20 years when this started.
Right.
That's crazy. Hey, that's heavy.
And
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 because my daughter's in high school right now, and I'm already fighting a battle dealing with things as far as her wanting to be, you know, at school and do what the rest of the high school kids do, and
they want to
be this, that, and the third, and it doesn't help that I have women in my family that's not in the truth. So she, you know, sees them, you know, and it's like, well, Dad, why I gotta wear dresses, and why I can't do this, and why I can't do that? But then, you know, when you see stories like this, it's like, you know what? Now, you know, I'm saying, babe, look, this is why we need to separate. Right? This is why we need to be set apart. We need to be different. Right? I can see your friends, and you know, I look at them and I read their spirits. I judge their spirit. You like, oh, that's my best friend, or that's my friend. But I'm looking at the little girl, and I'm like, man, this little girl is wild as all outdoors. She coming into my house with half tops on. I'm like, little girl, you was in the 9th grade. Your parents let you go out the house like this?
For real.
You know? But this is the little girl
in their bag.
Hang out with.
Go ahead.
Man, they probably don't. You know what? I won't be surprised if they do let them go out the house looking like that, right? Because I know when I was growing up, you know, of course, I'm the youngest on stage, but I know girls going to school, I used to see them change in the bathroom.
Wow.
Their parents didn't play that. They wasn't going out the house looking like that. But they put them hoochie clothes in the bag and go change at the school in the bathroom.
Right.
Man, that's the hardest thing right there, man. You trying to raise your kids to be a certain way, especially coming in the truth, man. And it's all they get influenced by the outside world. You know what I'm saying? And as much as you try to sit here and try to, you know, direct their steps, at some point they're gonna have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And you pray and you hope and you talk to the Most High about having him guide their steps. You know what I'm saying? Right. But our kids now is so influenced by the world. Is I don't know. I don't want to say it's a hard battle, but it is a hard battle.
No, it is a hard battle.
Yeah,
it's a hard battle. It's a lot of y'all. Again, we're going up against so many different things. We got the TikToks, we got the YouTubes, we got the what other little apps they got nowadays?
Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight,
all of that.
we are going up against so much, and it's so much readily accessible for them to look out and see different things. And I was looking at a video where they was talking about how China, of course, runs I think it's TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok.
And it was talking about the algorithms, the algorithm that they give over here in the States versus the algorithms that of course the Chinese kids have. So the Chinese kids, when they get on, they see things like kids winning chess tournaments, kids winning science fair tournaments, things like that, right? Where their kids are inspired and want to do things as far as learning and being in school and getting further in their education. But our kids, the algorithm, the things that they're seeing is kids twerking, mamas twerking, daddy's cutting the food, and the third. That's what they're pumping into our kids. And at the end of the day, they're trying to bring down our society. Point blank. They're trying to bring down our society. Exactly. And the ones that's really being affected are the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanic, the so-called Native American are the ones that's really being affected by it.
That's right.
Like, you know what? They actually, and they mock us. They mock us on that. We in a massive awakening right now. With Kanye, Kyrie has said what they said. They didn't put out there, right? A lot of the majority of our folks follow the shade room. They put out the Hebrew Israelites are out now. You can't hide it, right?
Right.
So now we're trying to build ourselves up. And a week later, I believe this happened a week later. After all that, 2 weeks later, we have this Shanquella. Our people killing our people. And the other nations, they looking at us like, oh, see, there they go. And now this is taking everything. And I got a precept I'm going to bring out real quick. This is Psalms chapter 59 and verse 7. Behold.
Hold on, wait, Slakia. We'll get it. What is it? Psalms?
Psalms 59 in verse 7.
Psalms 59 verse 7. Khan. This Psalms 59 and verse 7. Behold, they belch out with their mouth. Swords are in their lips. For who, say they, do hear?
Khan. And I brought that up because I'm like, that's what these other nations are doing. They laughing at us, right? They tearing us down with their words, putting the evil things on the forefront. Because now they're saying, okay, this is a big story now. We could kind of quiet the Hebrew Israelites down now. But it's not happening.
Right.
No.
We're going even stronger in this truth. And with that, I yield.
So, let me get a scripture too, if I can, Baba Kasha. Let me get the classic Ephesians 6 and 12.
Ephesians 6 and 12. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That is the war that us Israelites face every single day. Every single Sabbath, you see the Israelites that they're teaching, they're going against these damn rulers, these damn principalities, which are the leaders of these damn places. We wrestle against all this wickedness. We're tired of hearing these stories. We're tired of our young daughters, shaking their body to them camera. Our young men fighting each other till somebody gets knocked out cold on the ground. That's wicked as hell.
Right.
See your own brother laid down, then foam coming out of his mouth, his fingers locked in all crazy. That's the saddest thing now that we're in this truth, that we're actually loving each other more and more because of this Bible. And we see that, and it just breaks us. That's why we go out there and you see us screaming. You see us. You might say, why are you guys always mad? But we're mad because we're tired of the pain.
That's right.
That's why. Yeah. And we're battling. That's the war that we have to face every day. That's the hardest war. Yeah, Esau has these weapons. Esau, if they have a problem, they'll go drop a bomb on somebody. When we got a problem, we go out there and teach the Bible. That's what we do.
That's right.
And that's why they hate us. And that's why we're a terrorist group, because we terrorize them with words. They terrorize people with with weapons and all that. And all we do is you use the best weapon ever created, which is the Holy Bible, and for the Israelites and only for the Israelites. Are you?
That's right, man. Let's
you
get.
know,
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, just let me back off Captain RR here. You know, I stopped fighting in high school. Actually, when I got to high school, I stopped fighting. My mom told me, she said, you know what? You too big. My mom's not in this truth, but she said, you know, you too big. So I was a fighter. I was a fighter all the way through elementary school. I remember getting suspended. Middle school, got expelled, came back and fought again. Right? But at least looking back, my mom told me, she said, you're too big. They're going to pull out a gun. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop, right?
This brother like 6'6", bro.
Yeah, bro, big brother, man.
And you know, I'm not fighting nobody in my weight class at all. It was very rare that I found, but everybody wanted, because I'm nice, I'm docile, but I'll go to a 0 to 100 real quick, right? But at least back when we was fighting in those days, when the fight is over, the fight is over.
That's right.
We shaking hands, we laughing the next day in class. Right. Now we can't go out in the back no more and fight and then come back and be friends. No, they're going blood now. And they're not even doing that fighting. They want to pull out the guns and shoot. But with that, I yield.
I want to bring out this precept, man. This, we usually use this precept to talk about these other nations, right? But we got to realize that we have enemies in our own nation, man. Get Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
In the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Man, and there's so many people in our nation that we say, oh, that's, like I be on TikTok, trying to learn about different things, right? Just looking at different stuff. And there's this one cat, he does interviews with like friends, boyfriend, girlfriends, stuff like that, right? And there was one little episode where he said, oh, y'all friends? And they was like, yeah, it's 2 girls. And they were like, yeah. How long y'all known each other? Oh, for about 2 months, blah, 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 blah. And one of them had a boyfriend, one didn't. And he was like, you know her boyfriend? Yeah. So basically he did a loyalty test to see if the girl with the boyfriend, right, to see if the girl with the boyfriend would mess around with the single friend, right? So come to find out, the single friend already been messing with the boyfriend, right? So like I was saying, man, you got people in your own nation that can be your enemy. Ain't no telling how this fight started. I heard some rumors through the grapevine, that she didn't even like these people that she went to Mexico with, right? That's just a rumor though, nobody know for sure, right?
She probably told him, I can't stand none of y'all.
Yeah,
for real.
I just wanted to go to Mexico. I don't care who it was.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly, right? And knowing that these people, for example, the girlfriend situation, right? Knowing that you put your trust in these people and you say, oh, this is my friend, but I've only known her for 2 months. You don't really know that person. She's sitting here messing with your boyfriend, and oh, that's my homegirl, that's my best friend, we besties. And the same thing is happening when you're taking trips with people. This remind me of it was a sister, and she had all Edomite friends, and they had a sleepover. These are grown women.
I heard about that,
right? This happened maybe like 2, maybe 3 years ago, maybe. And they had a sleepover, and she ended up dying, but nobody know how she died. Right? That don't make no sense, man. No sense. Just like Michael Allah said, we do this.
Exactly. Like,
Still doing it.
it's exactly like what the hell? And it's like,
that don't
hey,
make no sense.
so like I've seen that picture of that sister with the damn Edomites, and just
Uh-huh.
that picture looks so damn eerie, so damn weird.
Right.
Cause we
Right.
like us, we're in the truth. We know what these people are made of. It doesn't matter if they're the nicest damn Edomites, as people would say. We know these people are damn wicked. The second they get mad at you, they'll call you out of your name, and they'll do whatever type of wickedness they can.
That's right, man.
Moms come, all they need is their dad and their mom next to them. I don't know what happened. They
Right.
get little crocodile tears, and what that
Yeah.
is, well, case closed. Nobody knows what happened. You know how these people. That's exactly how they say it. You know how these people are. They go out in the backyard and talk to their boyfriend on the phone.
Mhm.
No, you know, and just like
You know. Jump down to verse 16.
John, it's Iraq chapter 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips,
That's right.
but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Right. So the sister went out there with her so-called friends, right? But in the back of their head, they sitting there plotting on, damn, we about to whoop this girl ass and blah 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 blah, right?
It's the truth.
They sitting there plotting on this, figuring out when we gonna do it, and you know how we gonna start this argument, and so forth and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come on, one. Come, continue on. He will weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
They wasn't satisfied with just the girl beating her up in the room, right?
That's right.
Now the sister neck is broken and she got a broken back.
Mm.
They wasn't satisfied until they seen, basically, till they killed her,
Destroyed.
destroyed her. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you can't call everybody your friend. You can't
That's
call
right.
everybody your friend. You know? Yeah, it's a sad situation, and you know, I seen Kyrie, he whatchamacallit, donated, I think it was like $65,000 to the family.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
her mom trying to figure out what happened and what's going on, and she getting all different kind of stories and stuff, you know. And it's definitely a tragic, man, a tragic thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that when you got a young person, like you got a daughter or whatever, I mean, you set yourself up for them. Like
Mhm.
you get
Life
insurance.
insurance, yep.
life insurance, but you don't get life insurance for your kids because you're not expecting them to go before you.
Hey, that's
So when that happens, then the GoFundMe is like, man, it's a godsend, because a funeral is like 10 grand, man, at least. I don't know anybody got 10 grand in the bank.
Right,
Hey,
right.
my-
You got 10 grand in the bank, you're all right. But we're not expecting this. It used to be like a proverb in my family. It's like the father should never see the son die.
That's right.
Mhm.
We're expecting to see the father. We expect that. He's going to get old and he's going to die.
Right.
But there's time in between that. But your daughters or your sons they walk out the door and you see them no more, man. I mean,
That's all good, King.
It's all right,
that's
brother.
the thing with me, man. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Even when I was growing up, I never heard of no stuff like that. I never heard of a kid getting killed.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of that. And now, I'm hearing it all the time.
That's right.
You gotta say, I love you, son. I love you, my dear, because you don't know if they're gonna come back.
You don't know, man. You
That's how
don't know.
society is now, man. It's like,
You don't know, man. And with me, like, I live in a 95% Edomite town, right? And I just be telling my kids, man, you gotta watch out for these people. They're not always cracked up to what they seem to be, and you don't realize, I say, y'all don't realize it right now, but as you get older, something's gonna click in your head like, dang, my dad used to say, watch out for these people. Right? Watch out for these people. Even when it's, your own people.
That's right.
Right.
Even when it's your own people, man. And with that, man, I want to move on to the next thing.
Kind of do it.
Coming to the truth, and that you coming into this truth, and you know that it's possible that you can lose your job, you can lose your family, your kids, your friends, and brothers be going through things, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brothers be going through stuff, depression, and I can speak for myself when I say, like, I get in those modes where it's like, damn, man, like I believe in the Most High, I believe in Christ, I follow the statutes, laws, and commandments, and dang, can I get a break at some point? You know what I'm saying? Not a break like I want to step away from being an Israelite, but a break.
Right. You want to break from the world.
Life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Moving up in life and be prosperous, you know what I mean? And just the other day, and I'm gonna be transparent here, I was going through that, man, and I had to call y'all, text y'all, be like, yo, I'm going through this right now, and I don't know what to do, man. I'm not feeling what's going on, and and brothers reached out to me and was like, yo, you know what, man, it's you have to look at where you are, right? Where you come from, right? Because the Most High, he could have been done. You could have been killed. You could have been dead a long time ago. All the wicked stuff that you was doing in the past. I didn't come into the truth until I was 18 years old. I mean, not 18. 2018. Right? I'm 39 now. That's almost 4 years. Right? And just to think, man, I was telling this little story at camp on Saturday. I've been in 5 motorcycle accidents. Right? I've had 2 issues of blood clots. The first time, I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was going to literally die in the hospital, man. The doctor came in and was like, oh, what are we going to do about these blood clots? He showed me the x-ray and everything, right? And he was like, you got 5 of them in your left lung. If this one right here would have moved over just a millimeter or whatever he said, we wouldn't be talking right now. So one of the brothers was like, you have to be thankful that the Most High brought you this far. You know what I'm saying? And when you get in those depression modes, when you're feeling down about yourself, you gotta really just think how far you've come, and think that the Most High kept you here out of all the stuff that you went through. Yep, for a reason, man.
Because if he would have killed you then, there have been people that you talked to recently that came into the truth.
That's right.
That's what I realized, because the same situation, like I could have been killed 5 or 6 times that I can just offhand remember. And I think, why me? How come I'm alive?
Right.
And then it's people that I have talked to that have come into the truth, and I know it. They wouldn't be in the truth. That one instance where I say, you're an Israelite. Just those words made them go and maybe seek you out.
Right.
They went to the internet and say, hey, that's what that brother was saying. So he may, keep me alive just for that one thing, that one brother who I said, you're an Israelite.
That's right.
And that's all I said to him. And you know, I just said, you got to get into this. And then they go off. Now they in the truth.
That's right, man.
That's where we go.
Mhm.
You know,
That's right.
that's
Yep.
why. That's why.
That's why. You
Because
know,
we all can say that, man, I could have got killed down there.
That's true.
Why didn't he let? Because my best friend went down there, he got killed.
That's
Yeah.
Why me? Why him and not me? So then you think we all touch each other's lives, and the Most High is guiding us. Just that little thing.
That's right.
And then I get happy when I know that somebody just, they in the truth now because of one thing that I said.
Kind of praise.
And then I think, man, that wasn't me, because I was like, where'd that come from? The spirit just jumped on me and said, hey, tell that guy. And he just walking up. And I said, hey, you're an Israelite? Let me tell you why. And then we just went through a few things. And now, dude, in the truth.
hey, that's all praises.
I mean,
man.
he in it more than me. I'm like, man, I want to get with it. Come on out and let's start a camp, and then we can. And it's like that. It just takes that, man. You get all kinds of enthusiasm.
It's a lot.
That's right, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, and and that goes back to even when I was in the West. I used to say this, a lot of times, we just wake up in the morning and it's just another day for us, right? But what the brother Mike Kyler did, that person he talked to, he touched him heavy. For all we know, that person probably had 101 spirits on his mind.
Yeah.
He probably had the worst feeling going through himself, but he that day he heard the best news ever. I'm somebody. He probably felt before like, I'm just another person who's walking. Like, what the hell am I doing? I'm nobody. I don't even. Doesn't matter if I'm here or if I'm not. But once he found out an Israelite, now he said, now I have a purpose. Now there's a reason for me to live. And that's just so heavy. And that's what we get. That's like I don't want Shanquella was breaking out yesterday. The belly dry bones.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give life to people, and that's what. Because sometimes even we need that life. Because sometimes that breath starts running out. Because of the damn heavy burdens that are poured upon us. If I could maybe please get a few precepts, can we go to Matthew 11? Let's read verse 28 to 30.
You got it, Theophilus?
You said Matthew 11, 28 to 30?
Baba Kasha.
Okay. This is Matthew 11, chapter 28, and verse Salakia, Matthew 11, verse 28. And it reads, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
So we're supposed to go to Christ. We're supposed to read the teachings of Christ. That's the reason why Christ came on this earth. To give us the second chance that we didn't know existed no more. Before this truth, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was one of those people that literally walked around saying like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, I'm not productive. I'm not doing anything with myself. I always thought that I had to be something major and big in this damn society for I can be at least get a little bit of respect, a little bit of credit. That's the way I used to be. I thought I was nothing. I thought I was just another speck of dust on top of a car that somebody could wipe off like it's nothing.
Verse 29, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
So to take on your yoke. Look at how he said he was meek, he was humble. He knew what he had to go through. And look how he still carried himself, still showed us how to love, still showed us how to teach your brothers and sisters. And what else is how we say? He was lowly in heart. Come on, he's thinking every day. He even said, like, man, only this cup can pass from me. Just knowing he has to go through this crazy death for people that are being demons. It's like, because when we go to camp, sometimes it might get to us like, man, why are we doing this? Because we're still living in this flesh. The book of Judas says that these are the chains of darkness we're living every day. This damn flesh, this damn body.
Right.
This is the biggest thing we have on us that is a hardest struggle. But how it's just time to learn from me. Look what I went through. He did it for us, and we're supposed to be going through this for our people. Not only for our people, but for our own salvation. Can't continue. Continue verse 30, King.
Verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
So how just the work.
For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
How just time is, hey, the work you're getting from me it's easy. It's not that heavy. But of course, yeah, he's letting us know. I understand it's not easy. I was now. He said he's a quiet, meek, and lowly in heart. He said himself it's not going to be easy, but it's not as hard as what he had to go through. So whatever we're going through out here, of course, my problems probably not as big as the brothers' problems, and their problems they got probably not as big as mine. Mm-hmm. But then we're all going through something in this damn place. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're trying to paint somebody and something a nice color. Behind that color you painted, there's still that bad thing still behind it. And the only thing that's transparent is actually truth is the Bible, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And just going through things, man, like, and that's the why, I wanted us to do this segment, man, the sit down, because if I'm going through something, I'm pretty sure somebody out there is going through the same thing, right. Thinking the same exact thing, right? Because I see brothers and sisters that don't believe in God at all. They will never open a Bible, right? And they'll never even listen to the word, right? And they're prosperous. Now I'm not jealous of that, or I'm not envious of that, but it's just like, man, I'm doing everything to the best of my ability to follow you, the Most High, right? And you tell us in Joshua, if we keep these statutes, laws, and commandments, we shall be prosperous. I don't want to be, struggling, living check to check, or, worried about, dang, how I'm going to put gas in my car, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, right? The Bible got all the answers, man. And like I said, I'm pretty sure if I'm going through something and I'm thinking about something, brothers is also going through something. Somebody out there going through the same thing I'm going through. So like I was saying earlier, I had to hit y'all up because I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling down. I was feeling down, waking up, working all these hours, doing these different jobs, especially here in the Bay Area. You got to have like 3 or 4 different hustles.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3 or 4 different hustles, man. And it's stressful. It's stressful out there. Right. That's right. Man.
Hey, so it's like I don't want from a quick point on that. And you know what? And of course, when the Most High puts us through that, of course, He puts you through that to see if you could really, if you could withstand that kind of burden you got. But not only that, the Most High does that to test us. Let's see if you're really a brother. A lot of people want to. Somebody probably say, "Well, you got to toughen up. Gird up thy loins, Shanquella."
Right.
Gird up thy loins. Somebody will bring up that precept, and then you feel like, "Damn, I'm being a little punk."
Yep.
The Most High probably did that to that brother to see how you gonna handle it. How are you gonna help your brother out, Mr. Big Bad Israelite?
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna help your brother through that time? That's why I didn't do it for him. I did it for you.
Right.
So we gotta take on those burdens also that our people are going through.
Yep.
That I yield.
That's right. Salakia. If a brother can give me, I brought this out at camp yesterday. One of the brothers can give me John chapter 15 and verse 16.
John 15:16.
Con. And if another brother could just get me 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 8 and 9.
This is John chapter 15 verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it to you.
Con. So back off of you guys' point. The Most High has chosen you, chosen us. Looking back on it, my sister, she brought me into this truth, and I used to scoff her. I said, that doesn't make sense at all. Not even opening the Bible, not even reading it. I said, no, that ain't right. I was in the Christian church singing and all of that. I'm like, no, that's not right. And I end up, she said something one night, I was dealing with death, and I went and read it, and I was like, everything I believed went out the window.
Damn.
It went out the window. And the Most High is chosen you, chosen us, the Israelites that are waking up one by one every day. to bring forth more fruit, to push out this word. Not only for that, to encourage our brothers and sisters that's in this truth, because once we get in this truth, our eyes are open, and it's like we see that we in hell now. We didn't even think we was in hell before, but now we see that we're truly in hell, and we need this encouragement with our brothers to bring this out and to bring forth fruit. Even if we're already in this truth, we still need our brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We still need our sisters.
Yep.
We could read was that the other precept, 2 Corinthians.
Come. There's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8. Now ye are full. Now ye are rich. Ye have reigned as kings without us.
Salakia, is that 2 Corinthians?
No, that was 1 Corinthians, Salakia.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Come, Salakia. There's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair.
That's it.
Continue reading.
Yeah, because yes.
Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed.
We troubled on every side. Wherever we look, soon as we can't even leave out the door now. We get a notification on our phone, and we just cringe up like, okay, what's next? We troubled on every side, right?
That's heavy.
But we got to realize that we're not in distress. We're not perplexed. We're not confounded at the things that we're going through. It's just hard on us, and we need that yoke that Yahweh has left for us.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easy. We can't do it on our own. Right?
All right.
We cast down and destroy. We cast down every day.
Yep.
Our own folks. We don't care about these other nations. We know that about our own folks on earth.
Yeah.
But we have to realize, but we're not destroyed yet.
Yep.
We're not destroyed. And the reason why I say yet, because we're still in our captivity. We still got to endure to the end until we get saved. And with that, I yield.
Khan, I want to bring something out, man. Because Peter tells us that we're supposed to be thankful when we go through stuff like this, man.
That's right.
And that's a hard thing to do.
That's right.
That's a hard thing to do, man. Get me 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 19.
Con. This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 19. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward God endure grief, suffering wrong.
Con, read it again.
Con, this is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. For this is a thankworthy if a man for conscience toward God endure grief, suffering wrongfully.
It says, for this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward God endure grief. So Peter's saying, like I said earlier, that we supposed to be thankful that we're going through this stuff, right? That we're suffering wrongfully, right? But that's a hard thing to do. Like, you going through life, you practicing the statute, laws, and commandments, and things just ain't going right.
That's right.
I'm supposed to be thankful that I'm going through this, man. That's a hard thing to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading.
Con, verse 20. For what glory is it if when ye buffeted of your faults, ye shall take it patiently?
If we going through stuff, Peter's saying that we supposed to take this patiently.
Con.
Right? We supposed to be going through this stuff and just like, hey man, I'm just gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
That's a hard thing to do, man. Read.
It shows the spirit they were walking. They had a strong spirit. Like
right.
You got to get to that level.
Right. This is acceptable with God.
No, read it from the top.
Verse 20. For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently. But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God.
See, we doing well, and we things start happening to us. We going through depression, you know, the kids ain't listening, you know, the job is driving you crazy, your wife ain't listening to you. We going through all this stuff, right? We suffering, but we patiently we're being patient through this stuff, and we're saying, man, the Most High, man, I hope you get me through this. I'm just gonna take it on the chin, right?
Right.
Stuff like that is acceptable to the Lord. That's what Peter just said, man.
That's crazy.
You know, so when I was going through my little thing, and you know, Yahweh hit me and was like, man, you got to be thankful that you even alive right now.
That is heavy.
You even alive right now, because you had 7 opportunities to die. 5 motorcycle accidents where I could have flew off a 300, 400, 500 foot cliff. I went through somebody's back window. You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts.
I could have broke my neck. I got in an accident, I hit a wall. That sounds crazy. I hit a wall, and the way I hit it, I could have snapped my neck, man. To this day, when I go like this, you hear cracking, popping, all kinds of. You know what I'm saying? I could have been dead, yo. And I'm sitting here having Satan get inside of me, in a sense, and bringing me down, bringing me low, because of what's going on in the world. You know, and like I said, if I'm going through this, brothers is going through the same thing. Give me, I believe it's 1 second, hold up. Give me Psalms 34 and 17.
God's book of Psalms 34 and verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivered them out of their troubles, and delivered them out of all their troubles.
And that's what we got to remember, man. When we're going through these things and we cry to the Lord, you know, He's going to deliver us out of all our troubles. You know, you might be dealing with something at work, and you afraid that they're going to fire you or something. You know, pray to the Most High, man. Talk to the Most High. You know, that's what He's here for.
It's like it cut out on me.
Say it again.
I don't know if I left or not, but it cut out on me.
Oh yeah, you left for a quick second, but you're good. Okay. You know, it say the righteous cry, and the Most High hears our cries, man. The Most High hears our cries, and He's gonna bring us through it. And this is what I had to realize after Yahweh told me, you know, what He said. Right? Give me Proverbs 12 and 25. Proverbs 12 and 25.
Comes the book of Proverbs 12 and Proverbs 12 and 25. Heaviness in the heart of a man maketh it stoop, but a good work maketh it glad.
The heaviness in a brother's heart, man, makes you stoop. You know, I was going through stuff.
Right.
And it brought me to a low state. You know, but I heard some good words from my brothers. We read a couple scriptures, and it brought me back to my happy place, right?
Right. You need that renewing of the spirit. Exactly.
You know, and like I said, if I'm going through this, I'm pretty sure somebody else is going through it too. So I hope these scriptures hit home. I hope the scriptures hit home.
And Adawan Shanquella, I know it's going through when we're going through these things. I know it's a hard thing to give thanks to the Most High for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard thing to see your loved one in the hospital, for yourself to even be in the hospital, not knowing if you're even gonna come out on the other end, right? As someone, a brother can give me Sirach. This one is one of my favorite precepts, Sirach chapter 43 and verse 30. And if another brother can get me 1 Thessalonians 5 and 18, and let's read that one first.
All right, I got Sirach. You said Sirach 43 and 33?
30.
30. Come on. This is Sirach chapter 43 and verse.
Slack it. Let's get 1 Thessalonians first.
Okay.
5 and which one is it?
5 and 18.
God, the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you.
And I don't want to read it one more time.
Come on, mighty man. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 18. In everything give thanks.
In everything give thanks. That when you down, we don't got no money in the bank. Calling the landlord. Calling the landlord like, give me 2 weeks.
Right.
And I had the rest of it. Calling one of your brothers, one of your family members, I don't got no food.
Mm-hmm.
Or calling one of your friends, you talk to one of your coworkers, hey, or one of your brothers in this truth. They just seen a video of me on YouTube, just floating around. I got a meeting in the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still got to give thanks for that. Continue.
Khan. For this is the will of Yahweh in Christ Yahushua concerning you.
And this is the will to give thanks, no matter whatever you're going through, right? Okay, we could bring out Sirach.
Khan. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never far enough. That's right.
We can never go far enough.
That's right, man.
On that hospital bed,
Right.
your loved one's taken away from you, you still got to give thanks. So that's the will of God. And then when you giving things, you're not even going close to what he wants. You're not even, you can't go far enough. Trying to think of that scripture. If we had 1,000 tongues, it still wouldn't be enough to say thank you.
Right.
And with that, I yield.
Great precepts.
And it's sometimes it's hard for brothers to go through, the things that we go through in life, and sometimes I ain't gonna front, man. Sometimes I want to go sit in my little corner and be by myself,
Mm-hmm.
But we got to remember that, that's why we have brothers, man. That's why we have brothers that we can call, and we're supposed to confess our sins to, confess our problems to, brothers that we can call and just talk to. I'm gonna bring one more precept out, and this is gonna be the last one for me. Give me Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 10. And we just got to remember that the Most High is always with us, because he's known us from the beginning. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God.
So we're not supposed to fear, right? We supposed to be calling on the Most High when we have issues, when we don't have issues, when we happy, when we sad, right? We're not supposed to. The Most High is there for us, man. We're not supposed to be afraid of the Most High like that, right? Read.
I will save thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Can't read that again, Salakia.
Kind of one. For I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Khan, that's Satan, man. Satan got my throat dry. You know, bringing out that word, trying to get me to get my throat dry, man. But it said that the Most High will strengthen us, right? He will help us. As long as we doing what he say do, man, he gonna be there for us, man. He gonna be on our right side. And long as we being righteous, you know, he gonna be there for us, you know. And you know, when I heard that good news from my brothers, it put me in a good spirit, and it made me realize that I gotta depend more on the Most High.
That's right.
Gone.
I gotta depend on more on him. You know, when it's my time to shine, quote unquote, then it's gonna be my time, because he's gonna make it that way, right? He's gonna give me that good job that's gonna make me quit all these other little side hustles. He's gonna make sure that I got gas in my tank. You know, he's gonna make sure that I pay all the bills, right?
That's
So
right.
forth and so forth, man.
You know what? Like Adawan, if I could get in there real quick, you know, and for you got everybody watching this, right?
Right.
I know when I was in the world, even with me knowing the truth, coming into the truth in my beginning stages, right? When we go through things, heavy things that we go through in life, right? A lot of us used to turn, or still do, turn to the blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, when I was out there, that was able to get me through it. Not knowing that was just keeping me in a lower state. But I'm like, if I could just forget about my worries, if I could just forget about that, I just need to get a high right now, just so I could be happy. Just so I could forget about that, right? But most I said we can't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
But for the ones that are knowing that Most High took that sensation away from us, where we're now disgusted at that. Now, what's the next thing? We got to be in this word. We got to reach out to our brothers.
That's right.
That's what we got to do. You know, even we got to be careful with the bottle as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing wrong with a little strong drinking wine, but excessiveness, we could go overboard with that.
That's right, man.
Sometimes we got to be careful not to call up the wrong brother, call up the wrong sister. And I made mistakes, and I've done that, and that leaded me to me in here crying, repenting to the Most High. So I'm like, I shouldn't have did that. I knew better.
Right.
That I yield.
Con. Let me get one, man. I said that was it for me, but let me get one more. Give me Jeremiah 1:5.
That's fine. I'm right here at it.
Jeremiah 1:5, man, and then we're gonna wrap this up, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in thy belly, I knew thee.
Before time, right? Before I was even thought of, before we was even thought of, before anybody was even thought of, the Most High knew us, man. Right? Read.
All right. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
So before we was even in the womb or came out the womb, we was already sanctified. Think about where we at now. Think about where you at right now, right? And where you came from.
That's right.
You know, I gave you my little testimony. I should have been dead. All the accidents, all these blood clots, you know, not taking care of my health, right? I should have been dead, man. But I'm here. Right? All praises, man. Think about where you came from. Think about what's going on, brother. Man, we're getting ready to wrap this up, man.
Man, I see. I missed out on all the barbershop talk, man. You know I had to go get faded though.
Hey, you know.
The barber was like, "Hey, I'm finna close it down," so I had to go get that fade.
Hey, I can dig it. It's all good, man. It's all good. But read it. So read from the top again.
Con. This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in thy belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest out forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
Mm-hmm.
And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
And that's what we doing, man. When we go to camps, when we going to work, when we doing whatever we doing, man, the Most High has ordained us to be prophets, right? That's just the speaking the word, speaking the truth, going out and telling people what the hell is going on in this Bible, right? He ordained us before we was even thought of.
That's right.
And we have to realize this and not be in those little ruts. Like I said, think about where you came from to where you are now, especially walking in this truth. I've only been in the truth since 2018. Actually, I didn't really even start following the commandments until 2019. I didn't start reading the Bible until I became a soldier for SOT 2019. Right? So you can say I've really been in the truth for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Think about where you came from. Think about how the Most High is working through you to work to get to somebody else.
That's right.
Right? And when you're down, when you're going through something, call on your brothers, call on your sisters that you can trust. Right? The ones you can confess your sins to, the ones that you confess what's going on in your life. And they not gonna go run and tell everybody your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Find those people. You know, and that's it, man. That's all I gotta say, man. There.
And that brings me back to Sirach chapter 6 and verse 18. A good friend is like medicine, right? And those who fear the Lord will find one. That good friend that you're going to tell your faults to, they're being held accountable by the Most High God with the law, not to go tell your business.
That's right.
So you don't even have to worry about that, right? We don't got to worry about that, and that's what we need. And this is going to be my last one. If the brother can grab James 1 and 2 through 4.
This is James chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
That's it.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
That's right. The temptations that we go through, we can't fall into it. But the trials that we go through, it's going to work our patience, and we're not going to get yielded into that. The Most High is going to continue to bless us, to give us the strength to endure. And Slakia, I know I said, but I got a precept right next to that to end it out on. If brother can grab me Romans 8 and let's see. Let's start at 8 and verse 35.
I'm already there. That's the spirit. But before I jump down to there, I'm gonna get 8 and 28.
Hey, turn your speaker down just a little bit, because we can hear the little feedback.
Con.
There you go.
All right, so this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So real quick, just to talk about that. Hey, all things happen for good for those that love the Most High and who are called according to his purpose. So no matter, and that's it's easy to say, but that's why we got to meditate on these things. Right, we got to meditate on the word, and we really got to let that stuff soak in. When we're going through different trials and tribulations, right? Like the precept that the brother just brought out. Hey, we got to count that thing all joy, man, because hey, we got to remember that we're going through the fire. We're being refined now. And so when we're going through different things, we got to know that it's going to work out for our good, you know, one way or another. We may not be able to see it. We may not understand it. We may be sitting really thinking like, why am I going through all of this? Why is all of this happening to me? But when we meditate on this word, when we just really man, digesting like, man, you know what? I trust in the Most High. I know that whatever the Most High God's plan for me is better than what I'm going through right now. I got trust and belief that the Most High is going to bring me through this. We can't be like how we was when we was in the wilderness with the murmuring, with the complaining, with the crying. Oh, we had it better when we was in Egypt. Oh, why did you bring us out here? Did you bring us out here just doing all that murmuring, complaining? Man, we just got to know that the Most High has something better for us, man, and we got to count that thing all joy. Like I said, it's easy to say when you're not going through something, but when you are going through something, right, it's a little bit harder. That's when your faith is really tried, right? And I'm not just saying it because I'm going through things right now as we speak. I got, man, serious life pressing issues that's going on in my life right now that could easily make me say, hey, yo, Most High, what are you doing? You know, here I am. I'm trying to teach. I'm going out. I'm keeping the Shabbat. I'm going out. I'm reading your word. I'm teaching people your word. You know, why is this happening? These things going on in my life. Why does it seem like my entire life is crumbling right in front of me right now? We can easily fall into that mindset, right? But we cannot murmur. And we got to say, hey, Most High will be done. We got to be like Job. Right. You know, when all those things came upon Job, he lost his family, right? He lost his children. He lost everything. But it never once did he, even his wife, hey, why don't you just curse the Most High and die, right? Job didn't do that. So everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning and for our understanding, right? To give us comfort and to give us hope, as it says in the scriptures, right? But I'm gonna bring out what the brother asked. You said you wanted 35?
Con.
All right, Con. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress, famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Hamashiach, Yahushai, our Lord.
That's right.
And that's really self-explanatory right there. Nothing can separate us. If you love the Most High, back verse 28, all things work together for those who love God. The ones who love the Most High. We know loving God is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
If we doing that, nothing can separate us. It's gonna get rough and hard, as it's written here. Distress, persecution, all of that. Life nor death. Those are two biggest things. When we get born into this world, that's life. We leave after it, that's death. Everything that's in between those, nothing can separate us.
Come.
And with that, I yield.
Come, man. Any other comments, man, before we shut this down?
Okay, I was gonna say, you know what?
Go ahead. You guys got all the precepts. Let me get this one that I can get. It's in James 4.
James 4 and what?
James 4 and 10.
James 4 and 10. Let's get that. God. It's in James chapter 4 and verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up.
So when we all get down, we're going to be down. We got to remember that, be humble. Ask somebody to help you.
That's right.
If you humble and you can ask somebody else, you can ask the Most High. He'll lift you up. Because he'll work through the guy that you went to and say, hey, man, I'm going through this. Help me out.
That's right.
So when we humble ourselves,
Wow.
the Most High lifts us up.
That's right. Very great precept.
All praises, brother. All praises, man. Well, with that, man, we're the sons of Untitled Israelites. This is the sit down. If you haven't already, like, subscribe to all our Sons of Thunder YouTube pages. And, with that, man, we say, Kwam Yasha Allah.
Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom.
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 Shalom.